everybody, I'm Tom Bassel and welcome back to 10,000 and Below. This is a series in which I take a look at really low rated games on Board Game Geek. Sometimes they don't deserve to be there, sometimes they just need to be talked about, sometimes they just need some love. So here we are. Today we're starting with 14,601. We don't look at every single game, but we look at the ones that look interesting to me. So first we always take a look at the first one. So Harry Hopper, but the second one has 156 ratings, so we should look at that one also. Then we'll slide down a little bit, and well, this one looks a little interesting. Marathon Classico, the picture looks interesting, and then Top and Stadium Checkers. Oh, and Hot Dog, Hot Diggity. Okay, sorry. Harry Hopper is from 2015. Oh, I've actually played this one. And I reviewed it 2 years ago. I don't know why there's not a rating in here. I'll give it a 6. 6 is not always the best of ratings for me, but it's a kid's game. And essentially, you are just setting up some sticks here in the middle, and then you're flicking these things. They're kind of like bigger versions of those little frogs that you press the back of. That's what these are. And try to knock over different sticks of different colors. That's the whole game. It's okay. This one looks interesting to me. They're Palastine. Okay, I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it at all. Oh, this is from the Brands, from Amigo. The Brands have done quite a few good games. And I don't know much more about this one. I'm curious why it never got a reprint or an English version. Huh. Looks kind of cool. But there's a lot of information about it. You're building a palace consisting of 8 parts, of only which 6 are used. You can sacrifice victory points, do some cards. Huh, sounds interesting. Why so low rating and no reviews for this game, says this person. And simultaneous selection of actions where you risk doing nothing or even get penalized for guessing wrong. Okay. This was that one I thought had a cool looking cover. I still think that's kind of a cool looking cover. Ooh! The board doesn't look cool though. Paper board. Oh, that particular cover doesn't look good at all. Oh well, it's a trivia game from Mexico. Oh, well, there you go. I do like that cover though. Oh well. Top. Was re-implemented by Top Kids. Huh. Well, that one is not rated at all. And you place cards in the middle and react appropriately to the funny pictures. So, that's it. Man, I do not like this artwork at all. Yeah, nope. Stadium Checkers. Ooh, so this is from 1952. It's a gravity-based logic puzzle race game. 5 marbles, and you designate a particular marble to get out. Well, what is this game? Ooh. I gotta say, I'm sure this must not be that great of a game, but it looks cool. Looks like you put it in and you move stuff and the balls roll into the middle and you're trying to get them into the hole. I'm sure it's probably, the game is okay. There's a very fancy version in Trig. I'd give it a roller ball. Turn the rings. Roll your marbles to victory. I'm sure that's what it is. You just move a ring and then the marbles roll in and you're just trying to get yours in the middle. Nah, I would still give this one a whirl. Hot Dog, 1996. Oh, okay, this is from Wolfgang Kramer. That I wasn't expecting. And Richard Ulrich, the guys who did El Grande. Not bad artwork of the hot dogs and ketchup, which should not be on a hot dog. But or mayo. No wonder this game didn't do well. Mayo and ketchup on hot dogs. Some carefully neutral cards. I wonder why this one has not gotten so many positive ratings. A harmless simultaneous bidding game. Blind bidding. Too much randomosity for me. Well, I like his wording there. Alrighty, let's continue on. Let's see what else we got. Ogre Cheerleaders? What a weird name for a game. Alright, we'll take a quick look at it. Life is Life. Kangaroo has 118 ratings. Summit has 114, and Lexicon has 111. Lexicon is from 1933. All right, let's take a look. Ogre Cheerleaders. Yep, we're done. Life is Life. This one here from Nürnberger and White Goblin Games. Everyone starts with 5 cards and things get worse from there on out. Okay. So you're stuck in the ocean and eventually you're going to drown? Is that what's going on here? The person who last clinging to life wins? Okay. That doesn't really sound that interesting. Kangaroo. This was re-implemented by Galini Catch Me in 2009. Well, that doesn't look that good of a game. Kangaroo. Oh, this is a Reiner Knizia game. Catch the kangaroos before they bounce away. Oof. That is not great. This looks like a really bad children cartoon here, this artwork. Nah. Summit from 1961. A simulation of the Cold War. So it's that kind of Summit. And you're going to withdraw, then you counter back and forth. Sounds like a simple bidding style game. Current events. Steel Mill. Look at that. Family just having a good time playing Summit. All the rules are in the lid. I like the pieces. Oh, I like the map. That's kind of a cool map. I like that a lot. The game must not be that great, though. Lexicon from 1933. Use your cards to add words to the layout, which is not limited to a game board. Woo-hoo-hoo. So this is an old word game that just uses letters and that have points on it. A new card game craze. And the patent is pending. I'm assuming by now they probably have the patent. Okay, so you're using cards as letters. Can't really fault an old game like that. Alrighty, let's continue on here. We got Race Through Space with 201 ratings and Wild Pirates. Alright, then we'll zoom down here. Air King. I've played that one. Launchpad. I've also played that one. I didn't seem to be a big fan of Launchpad. And then Indus has 308 ratings. Alright, here we go. Race Through Space. 1988. This looks like a kid's game. It was re-implemented by Marrakesh. All right, Marrakesh, the Haba game. So you can see the different racing camels. That came out in 2002. What was the rating on Marrakesh? That one is rated 7,542. So that one's above the 10,000 and below. Race Through Space never got there. Although it looks like it was not always Race Through Space, because that's definitely not space. I'm assuming, unless there's sailboats in space, then I don't know about them. Well, here's the Race Through Space board. Oh, some spaceships. All right. Looks like a fun kids racing game that Haba reprinted. Wild Pirates. Another one that was re-implemented by Il Gioco del Pirati. And that one hasn't got any ratings at all. Okay. What is this one? It's a card game similar to the Oh Hell card game. You win tricks to advance your things in the board. Oh, okay. I've only ever played, I think, one trick-taking game that had a racetrack on it. This is another one. Wild Pirates. Doesn't look very wild, though. But, okay. Air King. Oh, this is from Brain Games. All right. I remember this one now. You're an air traffic controller, and so you're moving these planes, and they're going back and forth. Really bad artwork. I don't remember much about this other than thinking, man, it's okay. I like the idea of being an air traffic controller. When there's little video games and apps for the iPad and stuff. Those are fun. I wouldn't mind a board game doing more of a in-depth, thorough job of that. Launchpad. This is from Stratus Games. Stratus Games, I don't even know if they exist anymore. They turned around to making a magazine, Casual Gamer, Insider, which they do a really good job on. This is good graphics and everything, but it's essentially just get your ship together and launch it. Kind of a take-that style game almost. Nice artwork, but meh. Indus. Now, this game I don't know anything about. Wolfgang Panning. It's from Queen Games, and it has an incredibly boring-looking board, but it's looks like a board that could be different every game. This looks very, very abstract. Has a lot of ratings. There's expeditions. You're digging for stuff. Beautiful bits of variable boarding. Great bait potential. Oh, well. A lot of Queen games never really got very far out the gate, unfortunately. All right, let's continue on as we look down this list. Dragoon, heads will roll. I like that name, so we'll look at that one. Input has 136 rating. Crimson Creek, 249 ratings. And Shark Alarm, 196. There's a lot of games here with a lot of ratings because, and then, although, like I said, the more ratings you have, the farther down this list you go, that's usually bad for the game. It's okay if a game's new and hot or whatever, or new and doesn't have a lot of ratings, but if you have a lot of ratings and you're low, that means a lot of people dislike you. So this is once all the sassy villagers have been eaten. And the treasure hoard up is time for some after dinner relaxation. So the dragons roll leftover human skulls. I was not expecting that to be the theme. Heads will roll. These are the dice. The dice are human skulls. Seems a little macabre. I don't think I would promote this one much, but all right. Cool. Input. From 1984, two-player game. You get the same set of pieces and you deploy them. Well, it seems kind of cool looking. I like it. And you have your pieces hidden there on the side of the board. This is like one of those classic two-player games. I must have seen this as a kid. I definitely did not play it. When did it come out? 84, so I should have seen it as a kid. It's a strategy game ahead of its time, says these people. But why are the ratings so low? Really neat game. Amazing game for 1984. Chess put through a simple, slow 1980s home computer. But you can plan out a strategy like chess. Okay, so it's a very decent, abstract, but not most intuitive. I'll have to hunt this one down at some point. Crimson Creek. This one here is from Toy Story, and it's a homage to slasher films in the 1980s. Yeah. Ooh. I don't know if I like geek, jock, punk, cheerleader, goth. You're writing stuff down. The person's chasing you. I don't think I like the art here. But, like I said, it's really low rated for having this many ratings. Let's look at the ratings spread. Yeah. There's a lot of 4s, 3s, 2s, and 1s down there. Let's see what the 4s said. I found out people with 4. Something about it is off. Blah, thematic, but fiddly game. If you die early, you can be a player eliminated. Well, that would explain that. Alrighty. Shark Alarm. This is from Dry Measure Spiel. They make a lot of kids' games. There's 32 sharks and 32 dolphins. Man, I really like the artwork. This looks like it's the same artwork by the person who draws all those pigs for the other games. Let's look at the artist. Johann Rudinger. Yeah, Bonanza and Sky Tango and stuff like that. I like that stuff a lot. Rolf Vogt. Yep, that must be the artist because that's all that artwork's the same. Cockroach Poker, Cheating Moth, Ribbit, and stuff. Alrighty, cool. Well, the art looks cool. Ultimatum here. This is from 1985. This is from Fred Bates, made by Bates Games. It's a world domination game set in a not too distant future. Very blocky board. Lots of cards. Yeah, it looks okay. It looks like some, like an early Risk style game. 1985. Alrighty, there's a lot of older games on these in this list of 100. Let's continue down, see what else we see. We have Curio, the Lost Temple. Ghostbusters, the card game. That's pretty low for a Ghostbusters game. Caribou Camp and Pathagon. Both of these I gave 7s to. That's pretty good for low-rated games. We'll take a look. Curio, the Lost Temple. This is from WizKids. Man, I really wanted to like this game. So this is basically a board game version of Stop talking and a bomb will explode or whatever that is. In this game, people are working together as quickly as they can to solve different puzzles, and you're reading different things back and forth, and it has this. The components, though, are really kind of bleh, and it probably works better as an app. But the idea is a cool one, but this one didn't take off. There's a lot of these new WizKids games that are getting very little buzz, like 33 ratings. Very few people. I did a review of it, and that's pretty much it. There's a few other reviews of it, but just didn't take off. Ghostbusters, the card game. This is from Daryl Andrews and Erica Boyaris. This, I already talked a few times ago here about Ink Monsters. It's pretty much the exact same game, and you have a bunch of cards that are in a circle. Here's a picture of the game. All the cards are in a circle, and you have this gun going around the outside, and you just pick where it goes. It's almost a remake of an older game, Drago Party or something like that, back from the Blue Box games in the old days. It's really simple. You move it, you collect the card. Some cards are good points, some cards are bad points. You put them together at the end. I like it, but it's just a little too simple for me. Caribou Camp. So this one I gave a 7 to. This one is from Gigamic. And, this is a variation on Spoons. But it's a really nice looking one, and that gives a little bit of, you're allowed to give some information to your partner trying to figure out, what cards you're trying to collect. But it's a variation on Spoons. Pathagon, this one, now I reviewed this one back in 2012. It's a really pretty game, and you're building paths across a board. So you're putting down these hexes and building the paths. I'm sitting here trying to remember this game. There's a trapping move that lets you trap your opponents. I remember that. So you're trying to go across the board, but you can't just block someone, and we can also trap them in and get rid of their pieces across the board. Yeah, it's a really nice little game. I remember enjoying it. I would have to play it again to remember all the rules, but it looks pretty cool. Let's move on down here. Texas Zombies has 105 ratings. Skulk. Well, this is actually a pretty new game, 2019. I only reviewed this one a year ago. Clue, The Office. Did Dwight kill Michael Scott? Battleship Movie Edition. We got to look at that one. This might be a case where the movie is better than the board game is better than the movie. Existence on the Runes of Chaos. Coming down here. Evergreen. And, here's a Robin Hood game. We'll take a look at that. Alrighty, just a few games left. Here we go. Texas Zombies. This is from Moonster Games. And you go to a military base, and there's now a drug cartel and zombies. A banana. That artwork does not say Texas Zombies at all to me. A rubber band, a cucumber, and a coin. All right. Weird. Skulk is this weird bluffing game where you're opening up the skull and the marbles. The whole thing exists so that you can open up the skull and get a marble. That's the whole reason. And so you can still go buy this game. I saw it at Target just a few weeks ago. And it's a neat device, but it doesn't really do anything. It has some weird art and stuff on it, and it's just kind of a bluff other people game, but not good enough to justify getting this cool skull or anything. Clue, The Office. Well, obviously Dwight did it based on that cover. Who killed Toby? Okay, so Toby's the one who got killed. Why would half these people kill Toby? Oh, well. That's humorous. All right, Battleship Movie Edition. Oh, is that the only picture of the game? Oh, no, here's one. So it's literally just Battleship. And then they made it for the movie edition. Wait a minute. That's classic Battleship Movie Edition. That's literally the same game, and they just put the word movie on it. Boo. They're not even trying. All right, Existence on the Runes of Chaos. This came out in 2011. Oh, yes, I remember this board. Look at that board. You're moving around this board trying to get in the middle. I want to say this game initially had kind of a weirder name, like X610Z. Yeah, there it is. Underneath the link here, you can see X610Z. And so that was X610Z. The game itself is a card game, actually. It's like a collectible card game with this board. The board doesn't match. The card game's meh. And I reviewed this back in, when did I review Existence? Back in, well, I updated my rating in 2017. I played it earlier than that, and it just was not that good of a game, unfortunately. Evergreen. This is a game I've always wanted to play, a Kramer and Kiesling game with records. In fact, I owned it for a while, and this was way back in a day when I bought a lot of old games. This was well over a decade ago, and I just never put them together and played it. I would like to, though, with records and things. It sounds interesting. Robin Hood. 4 rounds, and how far do you get through the forest? Robin Hood and Little John running through the forest. Man, it looks very abstractish. Alrighty. So where were we? We were looking at Robin Hood. We got a few more here to look at. We have Hear and Seek. Have You Heard? That's such a weird name. And there's Crazy Eggs. We'll take a look at that. And then the last one we always look at is Mozaika. All right, Hear and Seek is, again, another one from Reinhard Stopp from the Playroom Entertainment line. And this is about you're using your ears instead of your eyes. So you pick up a card, everyone else makes the sound for it, and you put it down. It's memory match with your ears. It works. It's for kids. Have You Heard? Heard, a lively dice game first enjoyed by people in Poland in the early 1940s. You battle to get the 5 animals on the farm. I like the artwork, but all right. Crazy Eggs. This is a re-implementation of Dancing Eggs. Didn't I review this? No, I didn't. Okay. Yeah, this game comes in a package like this. You have these eggs in this game. And you roll a die, and people have to do something. They grab the eggs. They run around the table, whatever it is. And then, once you get an egg, you have to like hold it in the crook of your arm, or in your armpit, or between your chin and your neck here. And then you keep doing stuff, but you can't drop any of your eggs. That's the whole game, but it's silly fun. Kids love it. And Mozaika. This game is an abstract game. Look at that guy thinking very carefully about this game. He's in the game and playing it. He's a Roman soldier playing a game in Egypt. It's loosely based on a scene from Asterix and Obelix, but that artwork doesn't match that. It's mosaic artwork. All right, some sort of abstract game that does not have a good rating, obviously. Let's look at the comments here. Oh, this person gave it an 8. Blind bidding to acquire tiles. Ho, ho, ho. And very light. Take it easy with blind bidding. Yeah, okay. So blind bidding, working with abstract strategy, probably not the best of combos. Alrighty, folks, well, that's another 100. We're getting closer and closer to 15,000. But, all right, some interesting games in here nonetheless. Is there a game that I should have talked about but didn't, and you want to point people towards? Mention it in the comments below. Until next time, I'm Tom Vassell, and you've been watching 10,000 and Below on the Dice Tower.